Nanalo ng Family Feud na Team Iconic na 200,000 pesos.
Family Feud, 5:40 p.m.
Welcome to my episode that is called
Nagmamano pa.
That's okay.
Now expanding its gaze to Lebanon. More than a dozen explosions rocking the capital Beirut, forcing residents to flee. Israel says it's targeting the Iranian-backed armed group Hezbollah, which earlier launched missiles against Israel in retaliation for the killing of Iran's Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. A fragile peace between Israel and Lebanon, long-time enemies, is now in tatters. US President Donald Trump, meanwhile, is signaling US and Israeli strikes on Iran could last weeks.
Combat operations continue at this time, full force, and they will continue until all of our objectives are achieved.
He says almost 50 Iranian leaders have been killed, and the US has started sinking Iran's navy, destroying Iranian warships, and, quote, going after the rest. The US also announced its first casualties of the campaign. 3 service personnel killed on a base in Kuwait, according to officials. Trump says there will likely be more US casualties.
Everything possible. That won't be the case. But America will avenge their deaths and deliver the most punishing blow to the terrorists who have waged war against basically civilization.
In Tehran, a new leadership council has temporarily assumed the duties of the supreme leader. But Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's death still leaves the Islamic Republic in its most perilous crisis since the 1979 revolution. Trump is hoping that will result in regime change that is more friendly to the US and Israel's interests. Several officials and analysts, however, think that looks unlikely, at least in the immediate term. The regime, they say, was meant to outlast one man. Foreign policy editor Don Durfee has the latest on where that leaves America in terms of next steps.
So on Sunday, Iran announced that they were setting up a new leadership council in the wake of the killing of Khamenei. It's led by President Masoud Pezeshkian. And Trump has said that he wants to have talks.
siya. Ano siya? Ikaw. Oh.
You also have the powerful Revolutionary Guards, who are deeply embedded in Iranian society. And it's just not clear that even if this leadership council were to make some sort of agreement with Trump, that the rest of them would follow. Although you never know, there might be some sort of compromises that they might make with the US.
That could mean a drawn-out war with a role of Iran's proxy fighters could be critical.
Well, Trump has said that the fighting could go on for another 4 weeks.
Oh, here's Spider. Yeah. Oh, wala pa tayo dyan.
Markets are opening as news of the weekend reverberates. So to unpack what is happening on markets, I'm joined by Mike Dolan from our sister podcast, Morning Bit. Hey, Mike.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. So how are markets reacting?
They are, as you might expect, crude oil prices are sharply higher. Interestingly, given the extent of the weekend's events and how broadly spread they are across the Middle East,
Sabi-charge muna tayo.
as it stands, we're about 6% higher. US crude barrel, but key at the weekend is hold the morning coming out of these October oil forecasts, which are still well shy of now. It's clearly a fluid situation. Things are moving down in a minute, but as it stands, the oil price reaction is sharp, but not risky.
Any other likely flow-on effects given how inflationary oil prices traditionally are?
Well, the whole financial market, yeah, this is a very significant event. It's activating what they call the market six of that means that the most of the assets are being sold off. So that means we're seeing gold, we're seeing a decent picture for bonds. For bonds at the moment, with all the interest rate outlook, there may be a safe assets and that's offset by the rising oil price indication for inflation, which of course is sensitive for eventually.
Don't forget you can listen to Morning Bit 7 days a week wherever you get podcasts. Speaking of being an election year, the deaths of US service members could cause a major political risk for the November midterm. Only 1 in 4 Americans approve of the US strikes on Iran, according to Reuters Ipsos poll. The poll shows voters are worried about American casualties, with many Republicans saying their support will drop if US troops are harmed. The strike on Iran is opening up a rare fault inside the MAGA movement. National Affairs reporter Tim Green says even some of the
No.
president's most influential supporters are warning the attack could backfire. Kicks off tomorrow with the first primaries in Arkansas, Carolina, and Kansas. According to a poll Joseph Max, it's the Senate race in Texas that's getting the most attention.
On the Democratic side, you've also got a really interesting race between James Tallarico. He's a state lawmaker who has gotten a lot of attention for reaching out to conservatives across the aisle. And his opponent is Jasmine Crockett. She's a member of the U.S. House of Representatives. And she's gotten a lot of national attention herself for these kind of viral confrontations with members of the Trump administration. So for Republicans, they're going to be looking to see, do their voters want, someone in kind of the mold of Trump, right? A true MAGA believer. And then on the Democratic side, the same kind of idea, right? They want someone who's going to try to make a bit more of an appeal to moderate voters, independent voters, dissatisfied Trump voters.
For more on what's happening in the Middle East and the global repercussions, check out Reuters.com or the Reuters app. Don't forget to follow us on your favorite podcast player. If you're listening on a smart speaker, just ask for the latest news from Reuters 7 days a week. We'll be back tomorrow with our daily headline show.
That's it for your news updates. To see more stories, open Google News.